Hey y'all, it's your girl Ashanti Makita back with Down to Earth, better known as DTE. And I brought a couple friends along with me. I have my husband here, Dave. We got my homie Cal. And we have my homegirl Tiara. And today we are going to be discussing a topic on domestic violence. Okay, it is a different type of topic and special due to the fact that we're only going to be talking about women putting their hands on men with the expectations of not getting hit back. So starting off, yes or no, do you think that it is okay for a woman to hit a man without expecting to be hit back? No.
No.
I mean, yes and no.
Okay. I explain it because they said not automatically, so explain your yes and no.
I mean, in theory, I don't think a man should ever hit a woman, but at the same time, you can't go around trying to beat up motherfuckers and not expect to get beat up back.
Okay. I'll go with that. I'll go with that. I can go with that. Another question. In the case of, let's say a woman hits a man hits woman back. I don't care what the time is, but he does it that one time. Is he labeled as a woman beater in you guys' minds?
Does he hit her back every time she hit him?
No. So let's say like she has been hitting him, and let's just throw a number out there. Let's just say over the course of a year they dating, she's been constantly putting her hands on him every time they get into it, and she gets emotional about it, and he hits her back. Society's automatically going to label him a woman beater. So what I'm saying is, in that case, do you think he's a woman beater? Do you label him that?
No, you know, woman beater shit. You
said yes. So he said yes. Okay. See, I say no. So you say yes. So wait. So why? Why do we say yes? He's labeled as a woman beater.
Because he's automatically stronger than us, so he should be able to refrain from ever putting his hands on her. That's just how I feel. He should have the most restraint to never put his hands on her ever.
Right. Okay.
I still
You know the
agree.
damage you could do.
I mean, I agree.
You know the damage you could do.
You know the damage you can do.
I agree with you, but at the same time, if a woman is just steady smacking you in the face, kicking you, I don't know, scratching you up, what are you supposed to do?
Get about the relationship. Oh, bro. Slide. Fuck
I mean,
so
I
damn
agree.
abusive.
I know, I
Why the
agree.
fuck is he so abusive?
No, she. I said she.
Why is he so abusive?
No,
Get out of there.
What you was about to say there?
I mean, I was going to argue, but Miles did make a point. Mother just keep beating your ass. If I feel like I got to hit you back, I need to leave you before I do it.
Right.
So, I mean
And it goes for her too.
fucked up as it may sound, I mean, we ain't talking about her. Her is always on the news. We talking about him getting his ass beat. When he always getting his ass beat, he's silly as hell for just the same way she's silly as hell for always being there. But why you keep letting him beat your ass? Why don't you just leave? He goofy as hell. Fuck you just sitting there letting her beat your ass for?
Because
bro?
he love her.
I mean, you know what?
That's good.
I'll take my statement back. You a woman beater. Because you sat there and let her beat your ass for 3 years,
Oh, Jesus.
and now you want to hit her back. You should have left it.
So I'm a little different. Although I agree. So I agree with you guys, but I think my reasonings are different. So like I do agree that a man should never hit a woman. However, I think I feel like I'd be hypocritical to say, you know, like the last segment I talked about with like stay-at-home moms. Like, you know, I get that we're supposed to be like superwoman, but stop acting like we don't need to break things of that sort. So on a man's point of view, I feel like stop acting like men don't have emotion or that they can't, you know, have reflexes and things of that sort. I don't think it's okay to hit a woman, but I don't think that it's okay for a woman to be putting her hands on a man either. Because let's just say, like, if it has been 3 years, to me, the only reason why I get you all's point, but my problem is, let's say it has been 3 years. He has done exactly what you said. He's held on to that restraint of he's not going to hit his woman. It's been 3 years. She's been putting her hands on him. And now, I don't know, let's say he had a little bit to drink or whatever. She came in on some extra shit. He wasn't in the mood, whatever. And she just smacked him so fucking hard, or she punched him, or she did something. He just snapped. And that may have been the only time he ever do it. To me, I don't understand how that labels him as a woman beater.
I mean, he's not a woman beater.
I
but
feel like
he
he was
should've left 3 years
self-defense.
ago.
Like, he
Right, but I'm saying, you all say, no. Y'all response was that he's a woman beater. So I'm going off what y'all say.
On those circumstances, you put yourself in a predicament to hit her back.
Right.
You should have left. I mean,
Okay, so in Chris Brown's situation, woman beater or no? Yes or no?
with Chris Brown's situation, is he a woman beater?
Yes. Yes or no?
I mean, to be truthfully honest, yes.
Okay, Calvin.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, Tiara.
No. Like, if y'all read the story and watched the Netflix series, he explained that girl was abusing him for the longest.
And he
that
was
one-
abusing her back for the longest. They was
No, he
fighting.
wasn't. He said that one time he finally put her hands on her, that was the one time his ass
So that's the
was
only
caught.
time he hit her.
Yes, he even said it, and she even said it.
I mean,
she
goddamn.
spit on this man, she scratched this man, she fucked up all his cars, ripped up his clothes.
Back to what the
poured
man-
bleach.
Right, what did I just say? Please.
Back to what the man said. If she did all that, and
All
you
that.
stayed with her, the same way
No,
wait. The same way I stop feeling sorry for women that just sit there and get their ass beat for 5 years, and you live in the city with your family, he beating your ass for 5 years. I'm like, well, I mean, she like it. I think she liked this shit after so long. You gotta like getting your ass beat if you gonna sit around for 5 years and get your ass beat. If he sat up for 2-3 years and let her spit in his motherfucking face, he gotta get.
I mean, he a goofy as hell. Like,
Right,
I agree.
right.
Like,
Okay.
he should have been left that relationship, but he loved her. Just like every woman that's in an abusive relationship. Why you not leaving that man? Because I love him.
Okay.
Like, it's always about
So you love everything about him,
Okay, wait, but listen.
including the ass whooping. When you love the ass whooping too, he went too far this time. Cut it out, man.
Wait, but listen to this. Okay, hear this out. If you do it, okay, so let's go back to like you can hold on to your restraint and stuff. Let's say you with a woman, you are in love with her, and this only happens when she gets super angry and you feel like you can take her little hits or whatever. You gonna hold her arms and sit her ass down, like bro, sit your ass down. If you are that type, you're like, I'm not gonna put her hands on her, whatever. I'm not gonna put my hands on her. How do you blame him for staying with her if he already feel like he got it under control? Like if she only doing it when they getting into it. I'm not saying that it's right, but I'm saying like let's say they only getting into it. Let's say they get into it once every like I don't know like 3 months, and they get into it and she go through these spells where she get all emotional or whatever. She try to hit him. He always hold her arm, sit her down, everything's cool. Like should he leave?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
What is the reason
I'm
his ass,
asking.
though?
Don't be my ass. I'm just a messenger. Like damn. Those are
Why
questions.
you just
I want to
taking
make
your
sure that
hands
they
off?
understand
If
what
a
y'all
man
saying.
decided to only beat up his wife 4 times a year, once every 3 months, motherfuckers wouldn't ask her should he leave. They'd be like, hell yeah, she should leave. Even though he only does it when he's really fucked up and really
No,
dead.
I'm not agreeing.
So,
I'm just saying like
Domestic violence is a 2-way street.
Yeah.
The same way, the moment a motherfucker gets to beating your ass and makes it a pattern, even if the pattern is, okay, once every 6 months, I know he gonna fuck me up. If once every 6 months you know she gonna go off the deep end, do you want to risk once every 6 months hitting her ass back and killing her? Like you can hit her, she stumbled, hit her head on the corner of the wall, she dead. They not finna try to say, well, you know, you held your restraint for 6 months and you hit her this one time. No, you just killed this woman.
Okay, so let me ask a question. All honesty, let's be honest, alright? Because my show is down to earth. So, have you ever been a victim of domestic violence?
Hell no. Hell no.
I didn't even get it out. Hey, as I was saying it,
It's so bad. Like, you just insulted
as I was saying it, he was like, his eyes were big, like, hell no. Okay, so you've never been through it. Alright, you never been through it. Like,
Don't
I
ask me that shit.
asked you, why not?
Don't ask me that shit.
Dave, have you ever been a
You
victim?
know how you are, so don't even ask me.
How I am or how I was?
Okay, you know how you were. I should have
Okay,
left your
thank
ass
you.
a long time ago.
Cut it out. First off, I wasn't like crazy abusive, but I do agree that when I was in my younger years, and I can be honest now because I mean I'm so far past that, and that's one of the reasons we're having this conversation to warn like other people. I am grateful that he's just not an abusive type. Okay, on top of the fact, the reason why I was asking about like grabbing her and stuff like that, because literally that's how he used to do me, which would piss me off because as crazy in my mind, I felt like you should let me get my lick off before you just grab my hands and stop for what I was doing. Like I was on a mission.
The lick did get off.
I mean,
That's why
That's
I
why you
grabbed.
hold your head.
That's why how many licks you wanted to get off before I grabbed you.
She went like 30 of them. Like,
No, seriously. Me and my husband been together ever since I was 19. So like, in my younger years, I didn't know no better. And if I did know better, I wouldn't have. Because if he would have snapped at any moment, like, it would have been very difficult for me to be like, oh, it's all him, and just point the finger when it's like, bro, every time y'all get into it and you get mad, no matter what the reasoning is. And I know ladies be like, well, if he cheat and he do this, but there truly is no reason to put your hands on somebody. Just like they saying leave. If somebody is cheating on you or whatever the case is, leave. There's no reason, like, I'm sorry your feelings got hurt. Cry it out. Cry me a river. Talk to your friends. Do what you need to do. But then leave the situation before you put your hands on him, because if he, in return, hits back,
Let's call it what it is. He defends himself.
okay, he defends himself. you fucked. Because at the end, so on the defense end, but let's be honest. Like he just said, let's be honest though. Even with my hits, you've never been like fucked up. If you would have hit me back, no matter how much I had hit on you, if you would have truly hit me back in those younger years of our relationship, I would have been fucked. I would have had a black eye. I would have, because you're stronger than me.
I mean, I dealt with a few
But
busted lips and shit.
Well, first off, one time
Too.
it was a
Only
mistake. It was a mistake. I threw the keys. I was not trying to throw it at your lip. Why would I have to lie? How many years has this man? I did not try to hit him with the keys, y'all.
But his lip was busted.
I didn't
So
try.
wait, so how did you throw him? Like you just
She drew the keys back. Smacked right my shit with the
You
keys.
never mentioned that's close as hell.
No, he's
That's
lying.
face to face.
He's lying.
That's close as
But back
hell.
on track. I didn't say that
No,
personal
we
spot,
was
man.
in the hallway.
Police gonna come over
and
and chop my
No, this was over. Like this was a while ago. We've been together forever. This is a long time ago. I was real young, but no, we were in the hallway of our apartment
Bro,
complex.
she happy about this shit.
And
y'all bust this motherfucker in his mouth with the keys. He pissed me
I
off.
thought it was a cell phone.
I told her that.
No.
That was the second time. That was the second time she bust my shit with that cell phone.
Like, I didn't know about the keys. I knew about the cell phone.
Wait, so let's start with the fact. Let's get back on track. But let me talk for me, y'all. First off,
Down
with
to
the
earth.
keys, down to earth. I have been saying for the longest, with those keys, I truly did not try to hit you in your mouth. I have said that multiple times. Hold on. We were in the hallway. Everybody knows I suck. No, everybody knows. Everybody knows I suck at throwing. Anytime I throw some, people like, what the fuck were you aiming at? Like, that's nowhere near. So when I threw the keys, like, yeah, I need the keys. I threw the keys, but I was not as close as he's talking about, and it hit him, and I wasn't trying to. And I apologize, you're lying. I did it. I was not trying to. Now with the cell phone,
That shit was like,
I tried to do that shit. What you mean? I own that shit. I took the phone, he was sleeping, I threw it at his mouth. That was me, but it still was wrong. I can admit that it was wrong. And it doesn't matter
That's why
the
Chris
reason.
Brown beat Rihanna's ass.
It doesn't matter the reasoning. Like
Ain't
I'm,
no motherfucking shit while they sleep.
like I tell y'all, at the end of the day, it is not about like what necessarily you do in your past, but how you grow and mature into being a better adult. So I don't have no problem telling you guys what I've done. I only talk about what I know of, like, you know, that I can speak on with some form of like experience or some type of strong opinion. And so the only reason I had this conversation wasn't to like go in at women, act like I didn't. I've done it. Like I know. That's why I was like, bro, if I had any sense, I would have never done that because it could have went so bad. So many times in those younger years of our relationship, like I could have been really fucked up.
Couldn't have been bad.
I could
I'm
have.
not finna
So
teach
you're
your
saying that
ass.
because you're not that type of man, but what I'm saying is that's usually who it happens to. Those men that's not that type of men, and they've gotten fed up. But like he said, there's no excuse. You need to leave. And as the woman, you need to learn to do better. You have to get to the point like I did. Stop thinking off emotion. Learn to use your words. Communicate. And if you're just a naturally abusive woman, I don't know what to tell you. But if you get your ass beat, don't start crying wolf then. I'm just being honest. Stop acting like men don't have emotions or like men just want to sit there and get their ass beat. You don't want to get beat up, so you can't do the same. On the flip end, though, as a man, you have to understand your strength and your power. And like you said, hitting a woman back no matter what, like you're going to do way more damage. There are rare instances where that woman is going to do more damage to you than you do. So,
I want
But-
to reiterate one thing.
yes.
Don't be trying to, well, you just wearing the motherfucker out and he ain't doing nothing. You just wearing his ass out. And then finally, the backhand come out, smile, right across your shit. Oh my God, he was just hitting me. Don't do that shit, man. You fighting. The moment you hit somebody, you started a fight. Every fight has somebody else hitting back. Because he's deciding not to hit back doesn't mean he can't hit back. I mean, I live in Illinois, in the state of Illinois, everybody has the right to defend themselves. If you hit me and I hit you back to stop you from hitting me, I've technically done nothing wrong.
I know.
I can't be prosecuted for hitting back. I can be prosecuted for hitting first. Don't be weighing you end up weighing the motherfucker out, all type of shit. And he just taking the shit and he finally smile. Oh my God! Oh no! You just beat the shit out.
So the reason, okay, so I know we had that conversation, but I do want to speak on the stereotypes that men do get, and I want to start with you, Calvin, because you said that she's the only one that said no, and I want to hear from the two of you all. But Calvin, first you said that Chris Brown is him being labeled as a woman beater is correct, and I need to know why.
Yeah, I said kind of, like I said, because if you let somebody beat on you, spit on you, kick on you, for however long it was, months, years, whatever, and you didn't back up, and you had so much because tension built up that you wanted to haul off and hit it, you're goofy. You took it. And you hit her, you labeled as a woman beater. You can't hit women.
Right.
This is what it is.
But what if he never? So the reason why I say that, because it's almost like this. You know how like when and I know this is about to be extreme, but just hear me out real quick. You know how like when a person gets put on like a sex registry, like that follows you for the rest of your life. So when I say woman beater, like I just want to know, like, is it fair for that one instance where he lost it for the rest of his life to be labeled as a woman beater, even if he gets into multiple relationships and there's no history of abuse? But this one time now for the rest of his life, as he walks around, he is now Chris Brown, the woman beater.
Nah, he shouldn't have that label for his entire life, but the women that deal with him should be very cautious, though.
Because, you know, you feel like that's in him. So that at some point,
right.
like, if you push those buttons, you there. I think that's fair. That's fair. I'm going to go with you. And then I'm going to come to you because your answer is like, no, so I need to get that. So.
Like I said, the same way I think a woman likes it after so long, you gotta.
What do you mean by that? I need to understand. Go elaborate that. Like, right, you see the look that Calvin gave you, like.
I'll
tell you. I'm gonna go personal.
Okay.
I have a relative in my family. She's a female, and sad to say, her and her guy they were violent. I don't know if she's still with the guy. I don't talk to her much, but they were violent with each other. And I may have been tripping, but I've almost heard her say that if he doesn't fight me, he doesn't love me.
Huh? So those are different instances. Those
Okay,
are females with. Oh, okay, but I'm sorry.
But with that being said, that point in time, she thinks that him getting so angry that he can hit her, that means that he really loves her. So
How's that love?
And some people.
I'm not trying to
no,
say
women
that's
do.
not how
Women
I
do.
feel.
I know, but
I
some
can't
women
understand
do.
it, but some women like. But at the same time, it's some women in situations where, you know, they have a very effed up scenario where they can't leave. You know, he done moved her out of state. She has no family. It's hard to get to her family. She has no money. I don't agree with. I can't say I disagree or agree with them staying. They're in a different scenario. Besides those women that are in those particular scenarios where it's hard for them to leave, the women that just stick around for no fucking reason, you know, he did it this once, he won't never do it again. Oh, he did it again, but he said he's sorry. I can even understand the second time. You know, the third time in the week, oh my God, he did it again, but he apologized and he really meant it this time. Like, no, at this point in time, you just accepting it. Chris Brown accepted his ass whoopings from Rihanna. You can't accept one thing from him one day, not lay down and say, you know, I won't accept this no more. Then one day out the blue, just say, you know what, although I've been accepting it for 2 years, now I'm finna do what you doing to me and wear her ass out.
So my problem with it is this. He gets labeled as a woman beater for the rest of his life, and she gets labeled a victim for the rest of hers, although she was abusive. Because I'm trying to figure out, like, when women are abusive to men, there is no label for you. You're going to get with the next guy and the next guy and the next guy. No one's ever going to say what you just said. Oh, well, you need to be cautious of so-and-so as a woman because she is. You chalk it up as a woman emotional, whatever that looks like. So he gets to walk away with this label on him for the rest of his life. And if those things are true, if she really did spit on him and whatever, all the things that you said because you watched the documentary and everything, if those things are true, there is no label for her. She is just Rihanna the pretty, Rihanna the great, Rihanna the, but it's not going, it's not going to stop anything. It's not going to go into the news. This man can't do anything. If he jokes with a girl, if he doesn't like what a reporter say, it's like, there go Chris Brown, that woman beater that's trying to kick out of him. It's like, bruh, you do realize, like, he's a human. I'm not saying that he is or isn't a woman beater. I'm just saying, I only used him because as far as we know, that is the only instance that he has done something since he's been in relationships that we know of. And all I'm saying is, but he will forever be known that forever. That's what he's
he shouldn't be living that forever, but at the same time, he should have had.
And she has no label though. No woman ever has labels.
That's a double
You know,
standard.
when Halle Berry came out and she was talking about, was it Wesley Snipes? That she's like, I think she's deaf in one ear because of him or something.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, I think they said that. Or Robin Givens when she was talking about Mike Tyson. Like, there's always a label for these guys you'll never forget. But I don't know their instance. I don't know if they started it or if these guys were really abusing them. I don't know. I'm just saying, when women are the initiators, there is nothing, no type of responsibility. And that is my problem with it. I have.
It's the decisions you make. You
You
need
know,
to decide to get the fuck away from them. You live and die by the decisions you make. A guy that drinks every day and drives one time and has that accident one time and kills somebody is now labeled a murderer. Even though he made one mistake, probably never did it before, and would never do it again. That's what it is.
I need y'all to give me a second. You guys can carry on.
You know, I was gonna take over the show.
Just pause and
It's Down to Earth with Dave. Down to Earth with Dave.
I like how you
I
wrote
live
this.
on crime, man. So, you know, I need me let me take up cup. It's important now. I'm the host of the show, Dave. And we talking about women beaters. I mean, man beaters. We're gonna call them man beaters. So,
But I know a couple men that actually called the police while they was getting their ass whooped, and the cops came and told the woman, like, you just can't be putting your hands on them. Like, you can't.
I'm back.
You just can't be doing that.
I don't know none of those instances.
Like, okay, for example, my brother, his baby mom kept beating his ass, and one day he called the police, and she's like, the police ain't gonna do nothing. See, women always play that role. All the cops gonna be on team with me because I'm a woman, right?
Because they are, but it goes back to what I'm saying. Nobody ever says nothing. You have never heard of like, oh, bro, don't get with so-and-so because, bro, she be whooping ass. Like, that just doesn't really
This is the
exist in
issue,
our world.
Right,
you
and when
know?
the cop saw my brother's face, he was like,
You been out here getting your butt whooped.
you do realize he has the right to defend himself. Like the cop said it himself, he has every right to defend himself, especially if you get it to the point where he's bleeding and all that. Like, that's stupid as hell. Like, you
No,
should
it's
never.
not.
Did you say your thing on Chris Brown?
No, we didn't. My homies, keep up with the subjects. I appreciate it because I stepped out. It was on you. What is your reasoning why you said Chris Brown shouldn't be labeled as a woman beater?
Because he was defending himself, and that was that one incident. It's not like he's coming out again. Like, there's been rumors saying that he might have did something to Karuchi, but she never said like he actually beat my ass. Because I feel like he learned his lesson. Like, yes, men have anger problems just like women have anger problems at the end of the day, but you still shouldn't put your hands on nobody.
Yeah.
And I don't believe Chris Brown is a woman beater. I'm
Okay.
sorry. I feel like he had to defend himself. Once that bra spit on him, it was like, wait, stop.
I think it should be levels to women beater.
What?
I think it should be levels too. I think it should be the guy that'll just whoop ass for no reason.
Now that nigga's a woman. I mean,
No, that's a woman beater.
No, I mean,
That's
that's
worse.
what I'm saying.
That's
It should
a woman
be
beater.
levels. Then you should have someone in the line like,
GTE.
he will hit your ass back. So you have, he'll come in the house and just whoop your ass because you burnt the meat. And, you know, hit me, I'm going to hit your ass back. Every time you hit me, I'm going to hit your ass back. Then Chris Brown probably falls someone to the hill. I'll take your stuff for a long time, but when I do flip, watch out.
Pow, 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 pow.
He definitely couldn't work on her. Like,
'Cause, I mean, it wasn't like,
Like,
it wasn't like one black guy. I looked at the video, I looked at the
bruise,
picture.
bruise.
Man, I looked at the picture and I was like, yeah.
That's
I
why.
mean,
So
he didn't really have to do it like that.
No,
though.
no, no.
I seen the pictures.
No,
he,
no,
he really didn't have to
Wait
do
a
it like that. Like, he threw
So,
the shit out.
wait a minute. That's what I was gonna say. Like, this is why I'm saying keep your hands off, because at the end of the day, that could have been 2 or 3 hits, but his strength is always gonna be. She could have hit him 40 times, and it still would have not looked the way she was gonna look, because he can overpower her, and that's your reason. That's the reason why we say, hey man, don't put your hand on a woman. And we stress that all the time. We tell our boys from the moment they're this small, like, hey, don't put your hand on a woman, don't put your hand on a woman, don't put your hand on a woman. But we don't say, hey ladies, just because you don't pack a punch like a dude, don't go putting your hands on a man either. Like, that's the whole point of this, is that you don't want to be hit and you shouldn't be hit. And I don't think I don't want you guys leaving this conversation thinking for any reason that we believe it is okay to hit a woman. None of us believe it's okay to hit a woman. We just have different reasonings on why, and we have different labels and stuff like that. And that's what I wanted to present to you guys. Like, I don't condone hitting a woman at all. My issue is that I don't condone a woman hitting a man either. Even when I used to do it, now that I have matured, it is not something that I would do now. And we have to get to a point where we hold on to our emotion and be able to control them, because we assume that men are not supposed to be emotion at all. They're supposed to be emotionless and be able to hold back. And yes, the majority of the time they can. But in those instances where it does not happen that way, we can't label them woman beaters or decide that, you know, for the rest of their life, if they never touch another woman, that has to hang over them, when the truth of the matter is the woman was the abuser in that case. Like, at the end of the day, your woman was the, what you mean, man beater? Like,
And especially if he doesn't have a history of it. Like, a woman beater has a history. Like,
Every person
regardless.
they get with.
Ain't no such thing, man, I used to whoop your ass, but now I'm taking a break. Nah, nigga. You dedicated to whooping a woman's ass. Like, that's your dedication for life. But if he never had a history of whooping a woman's ass, no, he should not be labeled as a woman beater. You should be like, don't do that stupid shit again, and know your limits. Like, if it was to that point, you should have walked your ass
So, like,
out.
know
like,
your-
like a woman touch her upper.
Huh?
Like instead of woman beater, we got like a woman touch her upper. Like just touch up a little bit.
Oh, what?
We gotta label him something.
Don't
They're
make
just
him
abusers.
he was defending himself.
So what do you call Chris Brown? A toucher upper. Don't be a toucher upper.
Right, Chris Brown tweet. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
So
he
you
really-
agree?
Like, no, I agree with the bruises. Like,
Yeah.
like them pictures was horrible.
Yeah,
Like, I feel like he should have slapped the shit out of the spit though. Like, you don't spit on me, and then I would have been like, it's over.
Well, you can't say we don't condone violence and say I feel like you should have smacked the shit out of her.
Bro, that's all. Like, everything is a to
So
a limit.
Tierra condone. I'm just like,
Yo, everything has a limit. Like,
Not
you
good.
gotta think about that. Like, what made, like, if you've been whooping his ass for all this time, what made him that one damn time was like, now I'm about to smack shit out of her?
So just down to earth.
What?
Right? There's one time I think it's okay to hit a woman. If she is threatening your life.
I agree.
If she pick up some scissors or a knife.
Yes, I
beat
agree.
her ass.
bro, I'm not saying all that. Defend yourself is what I'm
Defend-
saying.
If she-
Because defending yourself could be easily grabbing her and
If
taking it
she
from her. I'm not
means
gonna
to
say
beat
beat her
Beat your
ass.
ass and
If
just
she
Right,
means to
I'm
be
not
really
saying
hard.
defend yourself, not beat her ass.
Because you don't know what type of athletic ability she done gained. She may have got some type of boost of adrenaline. If she pick up a big ass knife, you fighting for your life at that point. I don't care what you do. You know, don't kill her. I mean, if she stab you in your stomach with the knife, then at that point it's fair game. You know, defend yourself.
But I feel like at that point, if the knife is picking up, you need to pick up the phone and be like, hey, 911.
No, you ain't got no time to pick up the phone. She's gonna throw it at her. If she means to do you deadly harm, I don't care what you do to her. She's probably trying to kill you, defend your life.
But it also falls on the man too. If she has history, like it shows. Like it shows that she's an abuser. Like it shows in the beginning of the relationship. This ain't nothing that she's been hiding. So if you already see the signs, why stay with her?
I mean, that's bad.
Well, that was his point. That goes back to our point. But I'm just saying, in that case, that
If
it
you do
does
stay
happen.
with her.
If you stay, I do agree. Like you should leave, because I was the same way about a man and a woman. Like I leave. Like don't sit and like accept that, because once you do, I mean, my level of empathy with you becomes like almost like zero, because I don't know how to like you just said to me, you like that shit. Like I'm not just gonna keep getting my butt whipped. You know what I mean? That's just not.
Unless you follow
That's
the
not
same set
in
of
me
circumstances.
to get my butt whipped. And if you are a young lady out there that is used to that and that's something you do,
Sorry.
You need to.
I
go.
don't-
Real talk.
You need to go.
I
see a
don't.
therapy or something.
I don't know
Talk
what to
about
say
it.
other than
Figure it out.
somehow, some way along the way, you lost a lot of respect and love for yourself, and you need to go back and gain that. And for a man, if you are truly just out here getting your butt whooped,
True.
Definitely true.
I need you
Where your balls?
to grow some hair.
Where is the damn balls?
There's 2 parts down below. Need you to pick them motherfuckers up, and I need you to jang them like a lot of keys. I need you to do something with those, because there's no reason for you to be getting whooped. I'm not saying you don't even need to stay with her. If you are truly getting your butt whooped, get up and walk away. And I commend you if you are a man who in a relationship with an abusive woman and you have not hit back. I think that you deserve a congratulations, because people don't give you guys enough credit for not putting your hands back on a woman. And I appreciate that. You guys do not get credit for not doing it. And the women, if you're doing it, I'm going to need y'all to cut that shit out, because that shit is not cool.
Oh, it's gonna be you.
We definitely. You got to cut it out.
Yeah, 2-piece special.
Hold the
Exactly.
Hold the sauce.
So,
Pepper, please.
as a group of women, we just like to learn to do better. Usually my segments are about, things when it comes down to us, but this was all about the guys. This is about, making sure that they are not getting labeled as things and assuming that they don't have emotions and assuming that they don't go through things and that they can't get to a point where they like, look, enough is enough. And so I agree with Calvin and Dave, like you should leave, but I also agree with Tierra on the fact that like you also shouldn't just be labeled with that. And with that being said, none of us have facts, you know what I'm saying? Like these are not factual, these are opinions. And like I always say, opinions are like assholes, from Dave's to Calvin's to Tierra's to mine. These are opinions. You can't change them and we won't apologize for them. So at the end of the day, please be nice to the people in the comments, hit that bell, subscribe, and remember at the end of the day, guys, we are all imperfectly perfect, and I love you. Peace.